does not exist in this dojo, does it? No, Sensei! Pain does not exist in this dojo, does it? No, Sensei! Defeat does not exist in this dojo, does it? No, Sensei! Prepare!
Emergency alert. Emergency alert. Zach, we are on high alert. We are on red.
Oh my god. Man the hatches, boys.
It is DEFCON 5. We have major breaking news from 2 days ago. Or whatever the fuck this was.
DEFCON 4, baby. Let's do it.
We are... This is major. And
this is big stuff.
This is big stuff, man. And this is stuff that it's groundbreaking.
Yes.
And it's crazy that it's universe altering, to say the least, because it's literally universe altering. Now we all know what's been going on now, but first things first, guys. This is License to View. This is your favorite weekly podcast about pop culture, movies, TV, anime, video games, all that jazz. Yeah. I am Jason, one of your co-hosts. With me, as always, Zach. What's going on, man?
What's going on? I'm doing pretty good.
Well, and Zach, it's been a busy fucking news week, man, for pop culture shit.
Dude. Oh my god, well yeah, you've got fucking movie shits going down. Gamescom is this week. You got a bunch of fucking shit going on.
But before we get to all that juiciness, all that fun shit, Zach, what you been up to, man?
So I actually haven't been up to that much. It's been a pretty slow week for me. So I haven't done too much. I only did I watched, keeping up with the seasonal anime. I'm watching that. Same stuff I've been watching before. Not too many crazy updates. But Demon Slayer, dude, if you haven't caught up, oh my god. That episode 19 and 20 was...
I'm not even close.
Yeah, no. It was godlike.
We mentioned it. We mentioned it last week, but what are you watching consistently on a weekly basis?
So consistently on a weekly basis, as far as weekly shows right now, the big things that I'm watching is Demon Slayer, because that's almost done. Because it was only a 2-season anime, so it's got like 24, 26 episodes, so that's almost done. I'm watching Dr. Stone. I'm watching Fire Force, which is still like the best fucking looking show on television. Let's see, what else? What are the other major things that I'm watching? You'd be interested in this, dude. So there is a it's basically a weightlifting anime with some cute ass girls. It's fucking good, dude. Oh my god, I have so much fun. And it's actually like, it's not just like taking place around a gym, like it's legit like workout advice, and it's like, it's like basic stuff. For you and me, and you know it, but there's like beginner stuff, and at the end like of every episode they pick one exercise, and like they have the characters like demonstrate how to do it, and they like go through like a practice like set with you. So it's like it's a nice little anime. It's really cool. I'm enjoying it a lot.
That's interesting. What's it called?
It's fun. It's called How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift? Yeah,
of course. That sounds like an anime name.
It's the most anime fucking name out there.
The only thing more anime would be like, the only other like more anime name would be like some bullshit like a sudden Tuesday where I fell in love with weightlifting Sama or some shit like that. That'd be the only other
when I fell in love with weightlifting.
That's a pretty anime name though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is
exactly. Or does it look good?
Oh, it looks really good. I think. It's not like Fire Force levels or like Dr. Stoner or anything like that. But for like being like a slice of life show that's like based around bodybuilding, like it looks really good. And you can tell that like, especially one of the main guys who's like their trainer, is like he like wears normal track clothes, and it's like he has this like weird tick where he like all of a sudden is like. He thinks it's something like weightlifting-esque, and he like busts out of his clothes, and he's like basically looks like a competition level like bodybuilder. But you can tell that like when it's like a guy who's like a legit bodybuilder, like they do a lot to like make sure that the artwork for like their muscles and like the definition and stuff like that, and like It looks really, really good. It's a solid looking show.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's one of the main things that I'm watching. And then the only other big thing that I really watched, because I didn't really have a lot of time to watch a lot of other stuff, was at least I don't remember watching anything else. I don't think I did. Was that I watched Blinded by the Light, the new
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Bruce Springsteen movie. It honestly wasn't that bad.
That shit tanked, dude.
Did it? At the box
That
office
shit
it
tanked
did, I think.
hard. Yeah. Yeah, that shit tanked hard, dude.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. I liked it more than the Beatles movie that I saw, the Yesterday movie, that I also saw. I liked this way more than that. I thought it was it's much more down to earth story, and the fact that it was like, I mean, it really is like for the most part like the guy is like a real guy, and it's like basically his story about how Bruce Springsteen inspired him to like get him out of his time to like be a better person and just like grow more as like an individual and like learning how to respect his family and stuff like that, and just like everything that like Bruce Springsteen's music taught him, and it was just a really good story to see.
I knew it bombed because I saw an article from the Hollywood Reporter, and it said box office Blinded by the Light bombs, adding to Warner Bros. Bummer summer.
Damn, dude. What else has
that's
Warner
cool.
Brothers had this summer?
I think a movie with Melissa McCarthy maybe, or Tiffany Haddish. I think that's what
The
it was.
Kitchen movie or whatever. Yeah, that movie bombed hard.
I think that might be a Warner Bros. Movie. I don't know.
It might be because I think that's a Vertigo comic, so that's probably Warner Brothers.
But I saw that the Blinded by the Light only made fucking like $4 million.
Yeah.
Opening weekend.
I figured that movie would make
That's
a lot
rough,
of money,
man.
But yeah, it was super. Well, it was also
The
Good Boys, which make like all the fucking money in the world. So,
but also Blinded by the Light. It's not like it's an indie movie. It was mass released.
yeah, no, it was, and I mean, and it's a good production quality to it for the most part too. There was interesting
Zach,
stuff that they did with like the lyrics and stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah, no.
Zach, I want to give you props, man, because I used to be like you, man, where I would, and maybe it's because you have, you hang out with your friends a lot, who work with you, so you guys go see movies as like a hangout.
Yeah.
But like, you see so many new movies on a weekly basis.
I see a lot,
and and even if they're garbage, and like, I used to be like that, but I don't do that anymore. Yeah. Now it's clear that I have to either be interested in the movie, or like, for example, yesterday my girlfriend was like, "Hey, let's go see a movie." Mm-hmm. I'm like, "Okay, well, what movie you want to see?" And she's like, "Let's go see Racing in the
Racing in the Rain."
That dog movie with the guy from Heroes.
I'm so over the dog movies, dude.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. So the first thing I did was go to Rotten Tomatoes and see that I got like a 43%. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how about we watch Dora, because Dora had like an 82%.
Dude, I want to watch that movie so bad, dude.
I know, me too. And I'm obviously too old for Dora the Explorer. It wasn't like a show that I watched. Yeah. But the fact that it's like a teeny bopper version of like, Indiana Jones with a Mexican girl.
That's what I kept saying, and everybody at my work. So I was trying to convince everybody to watch that because everybody at my work was like, and I was like, it's a goddamn kid version of Indiana Jones, dude. Like, forget if it wasn't called Dora, everybody would be down to fucking watch it because it looks so fucking fun.
But but Blinded by the Light was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I definitely recommend checking it out, especially if you're interested in like, not even like just Springsteen's music, but just in the way that like a music. Because have you ever had because it's an interesting side topic because it was a conversation I had with my buddy after we watched it, and it was like, because basically this guy's like whole identity as like growing up and like coming into his own was like Bruce Springsteen was like a big catalyst for that. And so we were talking afterwards, was there a band for you when you were like high school, middle school age that was like a catalyst that helped you like grow into becoming like the person that you are today?
Oh yeah, dude, definitely, man. Music was huge to me. It still is huge to me, but now at this point now in my life, it's pretty much just for a gym thing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, the big bands growing up for me, that really progressed me as a human being in good or bad ways. Yeah. Metallica was huge. Yeah. Bare Naked Ladies was huge. Eagles were huge. My Chemical Romance was huge. Fall Out Boy was big. And then in high school it's all punk and hardcore bands.
Yeah.
But really Metallica, B&L were like my favorite band of all time is Bare Naked Ladies. My favorite other band is Metallica, and then the other, fucking like Amon Amarth,
Yeah.
Opeth. Parkway Drive was huge. Killswitch Engage was huge, which they put their new album out last week. Man,
It's good?
Yeah, Killswitch was big. Yeah, it's great. Killswitch is good. It was a big deal for me. Both singers, Killswitch Engage, Metallica, B&L are probably the three of the biggest ones. B&L being the biggest, Bare Naked Ladies being the biggest.
Yeah.
And for me, and since you mentioned, Bare Naked Ladies, my dad was a big Bare Naked Ladies fan. All through the 90s. So I would hear the songs in the car from like their first few records. And then eventually I heard their big song one week because it was in Digimon. Digimon the movie. So now I was like listening to this music that I liked in the movie that my dad also liked. So it was like a good compounding thing. Then you add in the ska bands I grew up listening to, Real Big Fish, all that kind of shit. But yeah, Bare Naked Ladies was huge, man. But what about you?
So I was thinking about it, and I didn't think about this at the time, but I would definitely add Fall Out Boy to that list. I listen to Fall Out Boy a lot. Those early like high school into like middle, almost stretching into college, I listened to Fall Out Boy a lot because I think like when I was a junior in high school was I think when they like first went on that like long ass hiatus before they came back in like 2017 or something like that. Whenever they came back, but the number one band that I always think of and the band that always like comes to mind, and I still listen to them this day, especially their older stuff. It was like the band that like I can listen to no matter what, and it like always like puts a smile on my face, and it's just like it's just the band I always turn to was like Maroon 5. I don't know why, but it was like something about like their music, especially like songs about Jane, was just like something just like got stuck in my brain about it, and I've just always been able to like listen to their music and like always just like it's always able to change my mood no matter what's going on.
Right. See, that's funny, man. I never liked that band.
Yeah.
I always thought that band was like super. Again, also because I was never a pop like radio kid.
Yeah.
Maybe just because I grew up and like I was always like just anti like, just I wanted to like what not people didn't like, even though people still liked what I liked.
Yeah.
No, but even then, like I think now Maroon 5. I'll hear a song on the radio and I can't tell what the song is because all the songs that became popular sound the same. Like you can tell Maroon 5 when you play like that one. What's that first big single called? Like the love one. It's all the songs.
She Will Be Loved. Or,
that one or like the
Harder to Breathe. Sunday Morning.
Those songs, right? Like those songs because the band's playing instruments. Like, they're actually playing instruments and the songs sound unique, but like, if you listen to them now, like every song sounds the same because it's all pop.
I can't listen to their new stuff as much, but yeah, definitely like songs about Jane and like Overexposed was probably their last album that I was able to listen to, where they actually had like legit like they were playing instruments and like being an actual band. But yeah, it's like ever since then it was like because that album came out in like when I was a freshman in college, so it's like since 2012 I haven't been able to like find a song of theirs that was like not just like overly produced, like I don't know. Yeah.
What do you listen to now though? Like when you think about music now, like are you listening to? I find myself listening to what my dad listens to. Like I grew up listening to punk and hardcore and metal and like death metal and all kind of stuff. The black metal stuff. And then eventually I got so tired of listening to screaming. And double bass and chugging riffs.
Yeah, I can really listen to that when I'm working out now.
Yeah, so now I listen to like a lot of Jimmy Buffett, a lot of or even just classic metal, like Judas Priest and stuff like that, Iron Maiden, stuff like that. But when it comes to like, generally speaking, I kind of got rid of all the thrashy, heavy headbanging stuff, and now listen to like fucking like retro wave.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think as far as it goes to now, I think I listen to a lot of hip-hop. I listen to a lot of Joji. I'm really liking Joji right now. But I think as far as I do listen to my dad's, every once in a while I'll get into the point where it's like, because especially like growing up with my dad, basically when I was in the car with him, we were either listening to Mike and Mike in the morning or we were listening to Hair Nation. And so I go back to a lot of times I listen to a lot of like 80s rock, of like hair metal and stuff like that, because it's stuff that my dad was really into. And just like 80s music in general, I feel like I listen to a lot. I mean, there was that time where it was like when I graduated college, and like that year or 2 years afterwards, where it was like I just had the playlist of like 80s music, and I would just listen to it all the time, no matter what. I was just, whenever I got into the car or whatever I was doing anything, that was the first playlist I would pull up and start, shuffling through. Was just 80s pop music. So I think that's probably the biggest one that's like, especially recently, that has stuck with me a lot.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Well, have you been checking out anything else?
No, I think that's it for the most part. I mean, playing more Apex, that's not good for me. I keep getting tempted to buy stuff, and I'm trying to hold back. I need to hold back. But
you need to fight them, man. You don't buy shit so they don't do that shit.
I know, man. I gotta tell them I'm not fucking willing to play their game, dude.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I think other than that, I think that's basically all I've been checking out for the most part. What have you been checking out though, man?
So I've got a couple things here. I'll run them off. First, I texted you in the middle of last week. That I was watching Mindhunter season 2.
Yes.
I finished that very fast at work.
Yeah.
I like the season. Mindhunter season 2 is so much better than the first season in a lot of ways.
Okay.
As in shit actually happens.
Okay.
The killer is interesting. That they're actually hunting a killer this season of the show. It shows them taking their studies and actually using it to kind of try to find a real life killer that takes place in Atlanta. At the same time, my downside is, and I told this to you in our text conversation. How old do I sound by saying text conversation?
In our text conversation.
In our digital chat forum.
In our AIM messages.
Right. And my big gripe with the season is that they keep hinting at, and they start the show episodes off with BTK stuff. And they even have the one of the characters goes out.
They're still hinting with BTK stuff?
Yeah, and they had one of the characters go out to the town and like kind of like do a little investigating about BTK, but that's all they do is like have it kind of like be in the background of one of the characters' minds. But we both know, if you know serial killers, if you know BTK, Mindhunter takes place in the 80s, like early 80s maybe. I could be wrong, I forget. Maybe mid 80s, whenever this Atlanta stuff happens.
Whenever Son of Sam happens, because at least season 1 took place like right after Son of Sam was captured. So.
Well, because they talked to him in this season.
Did they talk to Son of Sam? Oh my god.
Yeah. They have the scene where they interrogate him and they get him to say it's bullshit, to say it's fake.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
So, but... also, heads up, everybody. There's like a second delay between me and Zach. So in case that's what if there's a pause, that's why.
Yeah.
Just a heads up for everybody. No, but this show, they keep hinting at BTK. But if you are a true crime like fanatic, or like Zach and I both listen to Last Podcast on the Left pretty often, so we both know that BTK wasn't caught till 2005.
Yeah.
So they keep hinting at BTK stuff, but we're not going to get a payoff unless the next season David Fincher decides to take the show and fast forward 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's weird that they chose him to be the one that they're like teasing ahead to.
And maybe I was seeing a couple people kind of like write reasons why, and maybe it's because they're trying to show that even with all this studying and research that they're doing, they're showing that there's a killer who's still operating and is is efficient and is prolific, and you can't stop him. Maybe that's what they're trying to show, that even though you know something you really don't know because the killers will evolve. Maybe that's what they're trying to say. I don't know. All I know is that it's kind of bugging me. But other than that, I like the season a lot. And then my girlfriend made me watch a movie that I've never seen before. Maybe you've seen it, but if you have, you can comment in, obviously.
Okay.
I was on Netflix. It's called Penelope.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
It's Christina Ricci, James McAvoy. It's about a girl, Christina Ricci, who's was born in a cursed family, and she's cursed with a pig nose. And
what the fuck?
For it to go away, she has to find she's a rich girl. She has to find rich love, and then eventually it'll go away.
Okay.
But she's so people like her mom has been like having these rich guys come and like try to interview her, and they don't show the girl. They have her talk to these guys through a one-way glass. And they get close, but then she steps outside and they see her and then they freak out. And it's about her trying to find love, and then whatever. It's like it's a whatever movie. It reminded me of Big Fish.
Okay.
Like kind of a similar tone. It wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a great movie. It was fine. It was fine for what it was. It was a quick little, like a 90-minute film. A little comedy, dramedy, romedy type thing.
Okay.
Next thing that I did check out finally, after months of waiting, was goddamn motherfucking... I put it off. I was waiting for it. I got the chance.
Ooh.
I did it. And I'm so happy I did, baby. John Wick 3.
Oh my god. The boy did it.
That movie is so fucking good. I don't know how. I get why.
It's so goddamn good, dude.
I get why it's the worst rated of all three. I understand.
Yeah.
But it's also still really fucking good. Like it's still.
I
better
actually
than most
enjoy
action
it
movies.
more than the second one.
Ooh. I don't agree. I agree, but I don't agree. I agree with the fact that I think the story is better, but I think the action is overall better in 2.
Okay.
But I was really happy with it. I'm excited to see what they do next. I do think they should wrap it up soon. Whether or not that is, this next movie is John versus the entire society thing, or the big table, or whatever the fuck it's called. He fights them, kills them, whatever it is. But I don't want him to die at the end. I want him to end happy with his dog. But I'm excited for it. I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it. It's fun. So John Wick 3. The next thing that I watched, the last thing I've been watching, I actually started today, a couple hours ago.
All right.
My girlfriend and I were watching a show from 2011 on MTV.
The Real Life.
It's a remake of a movie.
Okay.
No, Teen Wolf.
Oh my god. I actually have heard great things about that show. Do you like it?
We're at episode 2. She's seen it before, but I've never seen it.
This is the updated one that came out
Yeah.
in when we were in high school, right?
2011 is when it came out.
Okay, yeah.
So I graduated, but it's fine. I mean, it's not good. It's MTV, but it's not bad. I mean, the best thing in the show is Dylan O'Brien. He's the best thing in the show. I think he's a genuinely good actor.
Yeah.
The effects are bad. The dialogue is bad and corny, but no, the other guy is.
Okay.
The guy who looks like Taylor Lautner, but's not Taylor Lautner.
Lame.
Yeah. So, but I like the show from what it is. It's kind of stupid, but it's like fun to like laugh at because it's like 8 years old.
Yeah. God damn.
But
that's
really
8 years. Good lord.
Yeah, man. 8 years, dude. But that's all that I've been checking out. So if you're ready to go into these emergency breaking news.
Breaking news.
Okay, first things first. I'm the realist.
Tell us.
Where do you want to start, dude? Because we got a lot of shit going on. What do you want to start at, man? Do you want to start at Spidey stuff, or do you want to start at the other
I feel
stuff?
like we got to start at the Spidey stuff.
All right, Zach. I'm assuming, Zach, that you've done more research about than I have because you do this for a living now.
Oh, that's true. I'm gonna tell you I have a cursory knowledge. I know the general rundown. I don't know a lot of the specifics. I did read the Deadline article that you have posted in our group, so I know more of what Deadline said. But basically, for those of you who don't know at this point, Disney and Sony have decided to part ways on Spider-Man because Disney are a bunch of greedy fucking bastards and wanted more money, and Sony said, fuck you. And you know what? I'm on Sony's side. Fuck Marvel and fuck Disney.
Yeah, dude. With that being said, though, we had this conversation a while back when they even got the rights to share the movie in the first place. I'm pretty sure we had it on podcast, too.
I'm pretty sure we did,
Sony what is Sony going to do? Because the last Sony ones weren't good.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Well, I at this point, I'm casually optimistic. I don't know why, but they might be able to turn it around just because Into the Spider-Verse was such a goddamn good movie. And people like Venom, so it's not. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's like I don't immediately think it's going to go down the tubes. My biggest complaint about it is that, as far as like this Spider-Man, they have him connected to the Marvel Universe so much. I mean, they basically set him up as like the next Iron Man. And then, I mean, you've got J.K. Simmons coming back to be, J.K. Simmons coming back to be, fucking J. Jonah Jameson in Far From Home. So is that just going to go away? And it's like, I mean, I'm not really concerned about the villains because they had access to all the villains anyways. Really, they were just lending the villains out to Marvel. So I'm not really too concerned about that. But it's just, I don't know. It's a weird situation that they're putting themselves in because they've already set up this like Venomverse. So now are they going to like introduce him into the Tom Hardy films? Because Tom Hardy doesn't really need him because he's basically become Venom without any of the Spider-Man stuff happening. So what's the point of even having Spider-Man at that point? I don't know.
Yeah, and you go into the problem too is that on the Marvel side, they shot their shot so hard by having them try to make Peter be the new Tony, and them setting up all this stuff like the end credits with the J. Jonah stuff. They've been setting up all these other storylines.
It just doesn't make any sense why they would like push so hard when they're so invested in it.
And they should have been thinking, like, hey, we have a contract deal coming up or a negotiating meeting coming up. We should probably maybe reel our plans in a little bit instead of assuming that we're going to get all the rights or the ability to keep the deal going on, especially when you put so much emphasis on a character that is the main face of the Marvel universe now that Tony is dead because of the fact that Spider-Man's more popular, but also because even making the character more popular in terms of making the face of the MCU. But then you're stuck in this weird version of Amazing Spider-Man 2 where they set up to have the Sinister Six, and then now we get nothing.
Yeah, I mean, they've done the setup where basically they set up the beginning of Civil War where everybody knows that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, and now it's like, well, now what the fuck do you do? Because now that goes nowhere.
Because now you look at it this way. Now the MCU has lost Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., and Tom Holland.
Yeah.
The three biggest people they've lost.
Yeah.
So, because there's no other character you're going to get from the Marvel Universe that's going to be as successful as Spider-Man.
No, never.
So you should have just bit the hand that feeds you and dealt with what you got, the deal you had before, because there's no way.
The thing that doesn't make any sense about it either is that their deal was they got merchandising rights. They make way more money on merchandising than they ever would on ticket sales. So the fact that they were pushing so hard for 50% of the ticket sales is just like such an asshole move.
I look, I get it. But the thing is, you lost the rights. You sold the rights years and years ago. And at the end of the day, it's a business decision, obviously. We understand that. And the fans shouldn't come into account into that decision. I get that.
Yeah.
But Fantastic Four isn't going to touch the same ground that Spider-Man does.
No.
The X-Men aren't going to do that. So what do you do? Your MCU Phase 4, whatever the fuck Phase 5 is now just trash.
Yeah. Nobody
just
cares
trash can. Because what are you going to do? Because Captain Marvel's not going to pull Spidey numbers.
No.
So what the fuck? What are you going to do? Doctor Strange 2 isn't going to do the same thing. Isn't going to do that. Eventually...
Thor 4 is not pulling those kind of numbers. So.
Right, and eventually, you have and Cap is a TV show now.
Yeah.
So what's the plan? I don't
understand.
It was so short-sighted.
Yeah.
So short-sighted for these guys to just lay out all this yellow brick roading in the last movie, just to not buckle down and take a deal. I mean, I get it. I understand it. It's how I feel about football players, man.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. These guys get good contracts and then they want to hold out for a better contract because another running back gets more money or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's rough. I get it. But dude, what's this is like? Is this the end of the MCU, Zach?
I mean, I was just thinking that this might be the start of the downturn. Because, I don't know, I mean, at this point, it's like you've lost...
Like, what can they do?
After you've lost Spider-Man, I don't know where you really can go from there.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
You back, Zach?
Yeah, we're good?
Yeah, we're good now.
Yeah.
But what can they do, though? What can they do?
I just don't know where else you can go from here, because, I mean, it's just, as far as things that feel like they're setting over the dominoes, I feel like this is the first domino that might be the thing that causes the whole thing to crash.
I don't know, man. This is rough, man.
As
I
far
don't
as
think that
decision making goes, this
Mahershala
feels like the
Blade.
first legitimately bad decision that they've made.
Yeah, besides Captain Marvel, yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
agree.
besides Captain Marvel for sure.
And like I was saying, like I don't think that Mahershala Ali as Blade is gonna save this universe.
Well, that's
As
not
much
even
as I
coming
love-
down for like 5 or 6 years or something like that.
Right. As much as I love Blade and I'm happy to see Blade come back, I
Yeah.
just don't see that. You lose. It's not like you lost like the Hulk. It's
Yeah.
not like you lost, FF. This is like you lost didn't have Spider-Man and you got Spider-Man.
And now you lost him.
You saw an uptick you saw an uptick in sales guaranteed and merchandise sales. You saw an uptick in viewership from kids, I guarantee it, and you lose them because of your, ego or business decision, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Again, I understand it's business, but man, it's fucking Spider-Man, dude. It'd be like if fucking, DC sold out fucking Batman and they got Batman back, and then
they were
Yeah,
like,
it's
we're
rough,
trying to
dude.
get more money, and then they lose Batman again. Yeah, it'd be the same thing.
well, transitioning into the Batman.
Tell me
It's
about it.
reported from Screen Rant that Birds of Prey is reshooting and adding new action scenes from the John Wick director.
I saw
Now,
this.
first off, I forget that Birds of Prey was even a movie.
I forget about it until we see a piece of news about it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that is supposed to be coming out.
It's supposed to come out February 2020, which is great for my birthday.
Oh, there you go.
But
Great little birthday present.
Yeah, let's go ahead and... Also, Ewan McGregor's in it. What the fuck?
Isn't he Black Mask? Right?
He is.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's such a strange
who is
assortment.
who is Journey Smollett Bell? Is that related to the fucking other guy?
Jesse Smollett? I don't know. Jesse? I don't
Is
know.
that, is that related to that guy? Oh, I bet it is.
It
It
probably
is.
is.
It is. It's a sister.
Wow.
That's a sister. Yeah. Okay, so let's discuss this real fast.
Okay.
This movie is being directed by Kathy Yan.
Okay.
Kathy Yan. Let's see what Kathy Yan has done in her career. Let's go to her Wikipedia page or IMDb. Let's go to her filmography.
I don't think
She's
she
done
has
a movie called Last Night, Downriver. According to my she's done one full feature film called Dead Pigs in 2018,
That sounds awful.
and then a bunch of other short films I've never heard of before because short films suck. So, she in her second ever directorial opportunity on a major motion picture with a big budget, with a big cast, including Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Rosie Perez, Ella J, whoever these people are, Ewan McGregor. You have to ask another director to come in and make your movie good. Because let's be honest, Zach, this is a comic book movie.
Yeah.
What makes comic book movies good ain't the fucking dialogue scenes.
No. It's the fucking action,
The
baby.
fucking action scenes.
Yeah.
So if you have to have a guy who just made 3 back-to-back movies that are fucking crushers,
Yeah.
and you have to ask this guy, who is the good director from John Wick is a professional stuntman. That's his job. Was his job before he started doing movies, directing them. So you have to ask this guy, hey, can we do reshoots for this because you have a better eye for action?
Yeah.
I would feel like a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a what's it called sense. I mean that like I would feel like a punk.
Yeah. No, I feel like a punk
Like
bitch.
that's
for sure.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Are you excited at all for this dang movie, dude?
No, not even a bit. I mean,
Like, who
I
cares?
wasn't excited for Suicide Squad either. I don't know who wants these movies, but it's not me.
Yeah, it ain't me, man. It's the fucking people who fucking like stupid characters, man. All right,
Yeah.
dude, let's go ahead and move it on to the next
Yeah.
thing. What do you want to hit next, man?
I feel like we gotta hit
Hold on,
the
hold on,
second
hold
piece
on.
of breaking news. What?
Hold on, real quick. I didn't even. I wanted to segue this, and I meant to stack them on top of each other, but I forgot to.
Okay.
The Insomniac shit.
Oh yeah, the Insomniac shit too.
Let's hit that because that makes sense to Spider-Man.
It does. It's cool. I'm down for it. I actually was surprised that Sony didn't already own Insomniac. I thought they were a first-party studio and that they already owned them. So
For guys who don't know, Sony has officially purchased Insomniac Studios, popular game studio who's made a lot of different games, including Spyro, Horizon,
Spider-Man.
right? Or no, not Horizon.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank, right? And obviously the last
Zero
year,
Dawn.
Spider-Man.
I think
They made Spider-Man, obviously. I don't know if they did do Horizon. I don't think they did.
No, they didn't. I was wrong. That's wrong.
I think it's Gorilla, I think.
Yeah.
But either way, so Insomniac's made a lot of famous games. We all know them.
Yeah.
Sunset Overdrive is what I'm thinking of.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one too.
But they did make Spider-Man. So now Sony, not only has Sony said, fuck you, Marvel, but also saying, I'm picking up the guys who made the best Spider-Man game of all time.
Yeah.
Because they're going to make our Spider-Man games now.
Yep.
That's so smart. That's so smart. Sony is on, a couple years back,
Sony was down the toilets
deathbed.
a couple years ago, dude. Hoo-wee.
Yeah, dude, they were on their deathbed.
Yeah.
They were like, yo, we're gonna let fucking Marvel have a little bit of our direction, take our character, bring him back out, and now they're like, you know what? Thanks for the help, guys. Now fucking kick rocks.
Eat shit.
We're gonna go have Tom Holland go hang out with his British buddy, fucking Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, the two Toms.
So okay, so that's I wanted to mention that real fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the other thing you said? The other breaking news you wanted? Which one?
Matrix 4 is a thing.
Yeah, how do you feel about this, man?
I think it's the dumbest thing I ever fucking read. As soon as I read it, I was like, why? It makes no sense. I don't want it. Return it to the score. Don't even unwrap it. Just send it on back, because I think this is a terrible fucking decision.
Do you have any part of you at all wanting to see this?
Never in my life did I want to see Matrix 4 be made. I mean, it's cool that they've got Carrie-Anne Moss and Keanu coming back. That's cool. I get it. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. This is like, what the fuck even is the story? Because the third one was such a... I mean, the second and third movies were bad, but at least they like wrapped up everything that happened. So it's not like there's like loose threads that were hanging around. I mean, like, the story wrapped up, so I don't even know what Matrix 4 is. Because it's not a reboot, it's a sequel. So, like, what sequel is there left to be had?
Plus, they're dead.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
And look, I'm a huge Matrix fan.
Yeah, dude,
not
love it.
enough to have the theme song on my phone or anything, or the wallpaper, but I like the Matrix a lot.
Yeah.
I've seen the first one a lot of times. I've seen the second one a lot of times.
Yeah.
I did a review for it on my other film channel a while back. I love the Matrix.
Yeah.
What's one of my favorite fucking cyberpunk movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But the only way you do Matrix 4 is if this is going to get into some Matrix lore here, and I could be spouting it wrong.
Okay.
So I apologize to all the Matrix heads out there. So I know that they said in the movies that it's a cycle, right? There have been other people before Neo, other ones that before Neo.
Right.
So maybe there's ones after Neo. So maybe because Neo makes a deal with the Matrix in the machine, so maybe he's dead. Carrie-Anne Moss is dead.
Okay.
And he becomes assimilated, becomes part of the Matrix. And now he's a program now in the Matrix. And now it's time for, centuries later, for a new one. Maybe there's another problem. Maybe there's not a war happening, but there's another internal problem within the Matrix. Because the whole point is that you're given a choice now, I think is what the deal was.
Right.
That people are given a choice. So now when they confronted with the choice to leave the Matrix, they have the opportunity to versus being kept in the shadows. I think that's what happens in the movie. There's a lot of dense shit in that movie.
There is a lot of dense
talking.
shit in that movie.
So that's from my knowledge. Again, whenever the architect would start talking and shit, I was a kid when it came out too, but my eyes would glaze over.
Yeah.
But that could be the only way. If it's another cycle of the one, who knows? I bet it's gonna be a girl one, which is fine.
Probably.
Because it's only been made by one of the Wachowskis.
Yeah, I know. That was the most surprising thing to me, that it was only the one sister that signed on to do it. Because normally they do everything together, so that's so strange that only one of them is doing it.
It's funny, my initial reaction was, oh, it's just the sister. And I go, wait, hold on. So I Googled it. No, they're fucking both sisters now.
Yeah, they're both sisters now.
I
It's
did
a whole
not
other
remember
thing.
that, but I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. I think the
But,
one transitioned when
Matrix
they were
4
doing, like,
happening,
Sense8 or
it's-
whatever. Yeah.
That would make sense, and it's just
Yeah.
Lana Wachowski, which is fine. I'm a look. I've said this for years, and Zach, you can attest for this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Wachowski. What's the right word? I'm a Wachowski believer.
Okay.
I think those two people are such talented people
Yeah.
and have such a good vision for storytelling and for film and for cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Speed Racer is a notoriously underrated movie. Fantastic movie.
Great
Sense8 had some cool stuff in the first season, that parts that I watched. Jupiter Ascending was a really great concept, but just a really poorly executed movie.
Yeah.
I think the Wachowskis have such great talent, and maybe going back to The Matrix is what they need, but also maybe they need to stop writing their own movies and just direct other people's movies.
Yeah.
Because
That would probably
they have a
help.
good eye. It's the same thing. I feel like, because to me the Wachowskis have only made two good movies, and that's The Matrix 1 and Speed Racer. Because Matrix Revolutions and Reloaded are not good movies.
Not
They're
good
they're
movies.
fun, but they're not good. I think it's the same problem I have with oh god, what's his name? What's his name? Gareth the District 9 guy.
Oh, Neil Blomkamp.
Neil Blomkamp. I think Neil Blomkamp should not write his own movies, but I think he should definitely direct other people's movies.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Matrix 4, that's a thing. Let's go ahead and hit the next big thing. I thought. You want to
Lay
talk
it on
about
me,
James
dude.
Bond, dude?
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, my God. All right. Yeah, Bond 25 is the thing, guys. Title is out. No Time to Die.
Now, let's go ahead and let's remember that this name is fucking cool.
It's a sick-ass name, dude.
Now, let's go ahead and do a quick...
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just, it's a cool name, and for all of you who are listening to us, of course, our podcast is named after James Bond, so this is very near and dear to our hearts.
Let's do a quick... I'm going to ask you a quick challenge. You see this on YouTube. I'm going to send you a link in the chat real fast.
Okay.
We're gonna pick the top 3 names of James Bond movies.
This is funny that you're doing this, not because of what we're about to do, but it did remind me that the first time that I heard this name, I was with my buddy when I heard it, and I looked at him and I was like, this reminds me of like a classic James Bond name. I don't know why, but it just does. Like, it just sounds like something that would have been made in like the 80s.
I completely agree. Well, because for most of the Craig era, it's been like they're not really great names.
They're usually half of them are just one word. So,
well, I think Quantum of Solace is a great name.
Quantum of Solace was good, but it's also the
Obviously,
worst of his films.
I agree. Obviously, Casino Royale is a book.
Yeah.
Skyfall, whatever. Spectre is cool in theory.
Yeah.
But this name, No Time to Die, which comes out officially April 8th, 2020.
Yes.
Here is the synopsis before we get to our name challenge.
Yes.
In No Time to Die, Bond has left active service and is enjoying a tranquil life in Jamaica. His peace is short-lived when his old friend Felix from the CIA turns up asking for help. The mission to rescue a kidnapped scientist turns out to be far more treacherous than expected, leading Bond onto a trail of a mysterious villain armed with dangerous new technology. Now, that's a very vague, kind of a common... I feel like it's a common thriller synopsis for a movie.
Yeah.
But when you couple that with the fucking director...
Oh my god. I'm so excited for this movie just because it's him.
When
Cary Fukunaga.
When you couple it with the guy with the very Asian name, but he looks very white.
The whitest guy you know with the most Asian name you know.
No, I think he's going by his full name now because in this article they're calling him Cary Joji Fukunaga.
Okay.
Listen, Cary Joji Fukunaga, you look like Carrie Brown, Carrie Smith. Yeah. You look like a white guy.
You look like a Smith for sure, dude.
Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
But so let's go ahead and go back to the Bond names.
Yeah.
What do you have a top 3, top 2, or one that you love the most?
Of names?
Yeah, the Bond film names.
From Russia with Love, I think is a great name.
Great name.
I would say, let's see, The Living Daylights is always a name that I liked. Let's see. I'm trying to think of all the other ones. Probably on the other one after that, it's probably You Only Live Twice. That's a good name too. Those are probably my top 3 names.
I think my top 3 are Tomorrow Never Dies, which
Tomorrow Never Dies is a good name.
makes
too.
no sense.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. I love A View to Kill.
Yeah.
That's a great name. And honestly, looking at the whole list, I really like this name.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good name, like
Tell
the
me.
new one. Like the new one. The new one's
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
yeah. Yeah, no, I think it really fit. If you, as far as in the James Bond canon of film names, I think it fits right in. I think it's a really, really solid name.
Fucking No Time to Die. That's so
No
good,
Time to
dude.
Die,
That's
dude.
such a good name.
Yeah.
What did you want to hit on next? Obviously, we're both excited for Bond 25. We've been waiting for it for a
Yes.
while.
Oh my God.
Hold on,
yeah.
real quick.
Bond
real quick.
corner over here. Tell me.
Back to Bond. Back to Bond.
Okay.
We talked about Spectre before, maybe even on the podcast. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the last 3 Bonds have been let down.
Skyfall was good. I don't remember watching Spectre, but Quantum of Solace was for me.
Yeah, I like Skyfall was fine. I think the bad guy was okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, and this is the sad thing, man, and this is how I felt about. I remember you and I, we walked out of, what was it? Mission Impossible.
Must have been 5. It had to have been 5.
We all walked out of it. And what was 5 called? Ghost Protocol.
5 was
No.
Rogue Nation.
You and I walked out of Rogue Nation, and I remember thinking, this is whatever. And then I remember watching Spectre and went, this is just Rogue Nation.
Yeah.
And went, this is whatever. But then I went and watched Fallout. And I remember rewatching Ghost Protocol and Fallout and went, these are so much better movies than... Like,
Yeah.
Skyfall was fine, but fucking Mission Impossible has been better. And I remember watching Spectre and being like, Spectre is shit compared to Fallout. And, like, it's just, like... The fact that Mission Impossible has been, like, the better spy franchise...
Yeah. It's crazy.
It bums me out, man. It bums me out. And there's no spectacle in terms of, like... There's no, like, no Rolls Royce or McLaren or no... The fancy watch. It's just Tom Cruise doing stunts and breaking ankles.
Yeah. Putting his body on the line for the people, dude.
But, okay, so let's go ahead and moving on out. What's the next thing you want to hit on, man?
So the next thing I probably want to hit on was... I watched that Death Stranding gameplay trailer.
Did you?
It's the most that we've seen gameplay-wise of this game so far. It was interesting, but it was still just him fucking walking around, using his ladder, climbing on shit. But it was interesting.
From the visionary mind of Hideo Kojima,
Yeah.
the guy behind the Metal Gear Solid franchise, some of the most convoluted story games of all time,
Yeah.
Police Knots, these fancy games with super cool stories,
Yeah.
and we get a gameplay trailer of 14 minutes or whatever of a guy
It was really like
who
6
wakes
minutes
up.
of gameplay.
Right. He wakes up, he pees, people in the crowd cheer.
I can't believe people
And
were
then he
cheering when he
climbs up-
fucking peed. It was so stupid.
Right, and then he climbs up a fucking rock with a ladder, talks to a little box thing, and then falls down the same hill he just climbed.
Yeah.
Look, man, this game looks like shit.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care. I don't give a fuck about story. Kojima he needs to stop thinking about making movies and just make fucking video games.
Yeah.
Because this looks dumb. This looks
Yeah.
dumb. I've waited for as long as I've been waiting for this game.
Yeah.
It looks fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, and granted, prove me wrong. By all means, please prove me wrong because I love Kojima.
Yeah.
But this game looks like stupid trash.
The problem I'm having is that I don't even... We've been seeing trailers and hearing about this game, and this game is almost out in 3 months, and I still have no clue what the fuck I'm going to be doing in this fucking game.
You're going to be walking across the country.
Apparently. That's all I know.
Walking
At least
across
in
the
most
country
games,
and, like,
at some point,
setting
you
up
know what you're
beacons.
going to be doing at this close to the release of the game. This is a game where nobody knows what the fuck they're playing.
It looks so fucking up its own ass.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's very strange.
I don't get it, man.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
get it. I
It's
love
very
Kojima.
weird.
I love Metal Gear Solid, and this just looks so
It looks-
fucking stupid. Okay,
It
let's
looks
move on.
good graphically wise, and it's got cool stuff. Like, I love the fact that Guillermo's in it. I love the fact that they've got Norman Reedus in it. They've got fucking Nicholas Winding Refn. He's got A-list actors doing voice work for all of this and like motion capture and stuff like that, and it's really cool and it looks really good. But I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at, and it's tripping me the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It looks cool. It looks fine. The Fox engine, or whatever the fuck it's called, looks good. But just,
Yeah.
man, the game, from what we've been like, you don't fly from Japan to Gamescom just to fucking show walking. You don't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
You gotta bring your fucking A game, dude. You gotta stop.
Especially
trying
as
to be a
like this
fucking
is like the
auteur.
real like first ever gameplay demo we've seen. It's very underwhelming for a first gameplay demo.
No, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, dude. But let's go ahead and move on to another man that I hate to love.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson
Whew.
is a guy.
Whew.
He came out and made some comments
He did.
with an interview with a website paper about his Star Wars trilogy, and essentially boiled down to him saying, "I got to find out what Star Wars is for me, and those don't really involve the legacy characters and like what George Lucas had in mind from the films, which whatever." Now, I think he said his film's coming out supposed to be 2022.
I think so. Well, the Game of Thrones guys are doing their movie first, and I think that movie's
I
supposed
think
to be coming out.
I think 2022 is that. I think that's their film.
I think
yeah.
that's their film, and then I think Johnson is his first film will be after there, so probably like 2020. I would probably say 2023, 2024, probably.
I look at this. Who fucking cares anymore?
Yeah,
Who cares
I don't
anymore?
care about
Because we
Star
know
Wars
that
anymore.
what's the new one called? Rise of Skywalker.
The only thing I care about Star Wars anymore is The Mandalorian, because that show looks fucking sick.
Yeah, when's it come out?
I think it comes
know?
out in November, I think. Whenever Disney Plus launches, I'm pretty sure it's launching with Disney Plus.
Speaking of Disney Plus,
Oh,
they're trying to do this shit where they're trying to block password sharing.
yeah, no, fuck that shit, dude.
That fucking blows, dude.
Don't tell me that I can't share my password with whoever the fuck I want because I don't want to give you money, Disney. You fucking greedy
I don't
assholes.
want to. What? Nothing on Disney is gonna make it me worth having to really have that, except for Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But so no, there's this Ryan Johnson shit, dude. He continually just puts his foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
And I don't get it because the guy is so good at making movies.
Yeah.
That how does he just not get it? Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't understand why he keeps opening his fucking mouth. It's honestly very weird that he hasn't just, like, shut up. Because for the last, like, couple of months, he'd been quiet and everything was fine. And I'm excited for Knives Out. That movie looks fucking rad, and I'm happy to see it. It looks awesome, but, like, every time he opens his mouth about Star Wars, it just, every time I have to roll my fucking eyes so far in the back of my head. It's ridiculous.
Seriously, dude. Absolutely. And for a guy who has such great talent and such a good writer,
Yeah.
and you get this movie that's just like, I don't want him to be consumed with these movies that just make him look like a fool.
Yeah.
And people, I get it. People like Last Jedi. People are gonna like his new trilogy, and I hope I like it too because
Yeah.
I like the director so much. You know, I said my top 3 movies of all time, Brick is one of them. I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
But just goddamn, dude, like. He should make Star Wars like he makes a noir. Like you can do
Yeah.
that. Make a movie about noir character. Just do that. You're good at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I don't
You have to
understand
go
why
out
they
there
gave
and, like prove that.
I just don't understand why they gave it to him in
Go
the
ahead.
first place. Because it just, all of
Because
his
he
movies
made
up to
fucking that
point.
one movie,
Because he made Looper, yeah.
which wasn't even really sci-fi. It was sci-fi, but it was still a crime movie.
Yeah.
Like a guy who has his whole career has been crime films, and even now we look at what he's making. He's making a crime film.
Yeah.
Like it's not like we're like we know that our other sci-fi guy French Canadian guy.
The
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve. Denis Villeneuve. Yeah.
We know that he makes crime films, a ton of them. Has
Yeah, he does.
bread and butter crime films. But so when he shoots a Blade Runner, I'm not concerned because we know he can make an atmospheric crime film, which what Blade Runner is still a crime noir.
Yeah.
You know, with the visuals of a cyberpunk world. So that's not like that crazy because Enemy has super philosophical questions. Prisoners has super mental questions in it.
Yeah.
Freaking Sicario is all about morality. So the guy makes deep movies. I'm not concerned about that.
Yeah.
But if he went one, like, he's working on Dune right now, obviously, right? So Dune is super duper heightened sci-fi, talking.
Yeah.
But if fucking Rian Johnson's known for making crime films and noir films, which he's fantastic at, and he writes those really well, but then he wants to go make fucking Star Wars, it would be like if Denis Villeneuve, that'd be like if fucking Michael Bay said, I'm gonna make, a fucking indie film about like a gay lesbian teenager and a slice of life. What are you talking about, Michael Bay?
Yeah. What are you saying,
That's
dude?
not your demo.
It's not your bread and butter, man.
And I'm not saying don't spread your wings like a butterfly, but at the same fucking time, like, don't talk about Star Wars and be like, oh, this is what I think about Star Wars, when I know you could just make a really great Star Wars noir and it'd be fucking killer.
Yeah.
And I know people are going to be like, well, he can do whatever he wants, abso-fucking-lutely, but dude, like, just stop. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's hard, dude.
No, I feel you, dude. It's very strange. I don't know. I just don't know why he still wants to do it at that point. Because, I mean, honestly, the majority of people didn't like The Last Jedi. And so it just doesn't make any sense that he's like, yeah, I'm totally going to jump back into the world that, like, the majority of people hate me. Like, he has his defenders for sure. But, like, he has to know that, like, most people hate those fucking movies.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's whatever. Let's go ahead and move on to something that we both like.
Yeah.
That new Edward Norton film, dude.
Dude, that trailer was pretty fucking sick.
I agree.
I'm actually really happy with it.
I completely agree. I had no idea this was coming out.
I had no idea either. I just dropped today and I saw it and I was like, what? And then I didn't read the synopsis beforehand, so I just played the trailer and he was doing the Tourette's and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so I know the movie's about a detective PI with Tourette's who's teacher guy gets killed, who's Bruce Willis, and it looks
fucking
great.
Bruce
it's
Willis,
in the 50s
dude.
based on a book.
Yeah.
It looks fucking awesome, dude. It looks so good. The what's it called? The environments look good. The costume looks good. Mm-hmm. It looks really, really good. What's it called again? Motherless what?
Motherless Brooklyn.
I want to know when the book came out.
I didn't know it was based on a book.
That's really great. Yeah, novel by Jonathan Lethem in 1999.
Okay.
He makes books. I'm trying to look at his
makes
bookography.
books.
I don't see anything that I would know that he's written. That's a book that I might have to check out. Though it sounds cool. That the concept of the book is cool.
Yeah. I dig it.
So all right, well it's a trailer. Go watch it. It looks really good. It looks really fun. Edward Norton's a great actor. I'm excited for him to do some more stuff because he's been kind of quiet lately.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time he did. I guess it must have been a Wes Anderson movie. I feel like that was like the last thing that he did, really. I think it was. The
last
thing
I remember seeing. Well, the last time I saw him on screen as a prominent thing was Birdman.
Oh yeah.
He probably had roles between then and now, but the last time I actually remember seeing him on a significant amount of screen time was Birdman.
Yeah.
Which was a while back.
Yeah, what was that, like 2016, 2017?
No, 2014.
Was it? Birdman was that early?
2015?
Maybe 2015.
2014.
Really? Wow, okay.
October 17th, 2014 release date.
Wow. Oh, because it's 2015 Oscars, that's why. That's why I thought that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we actually ended up wrapping up all our news pretty fast, dude.
Yeah, we did for the most part. All the big stuff.
Cool. Well, is there anything else you want to mention before we call it an episode?
No, I don't think so. I think we hit all the big stuff for the most part. Oh, did you see that Ewan McGregor's coming to that Obi-Wan Kenobi series?
I saw that was a rumor. Has it been confirmed?
I'm pretty sure it was confirmed. Let me double check before I put my foot in my mouth, but
I kept seeing rumors about it recently, but I didn't know if it was confirmed.
I thought it might have been confirmed because I saw it pop up. Obi-Wan series. Hold on. Yeah, he's heading to Disney Plus.
I don't know, man.
I'm not sure about it.
Is this gonna be him on Tatooine, just like sitting there trying to hide being a Jedi?
It's got to be him after the Clone Wars, after everything that happened. It can't take place beforehand because he's too fucking old. So yeah, I don't know. They're gonna say that he had like mini adventures. I mean, it's got to have Darth Maul in it at some point.
Which I'm so tired of, man.
So tired of bringing Darth Maul back.
I'm so tired of that fucking guy. Just leave him fucking dead, man. God dang. I'm so over that guy. All right, guys. This has been a podcast.
It's been a podcast.
We're going to see you back next week.
Yes.
After this is episode 58. We are so close to episode 60.
Ooh, we're getting there, baby. Almost. So close.
It only took us 5 years to get to 1 year.
It only took us half a decade to get to a year's worth of episodes.
So you know what, guys? Fuck it. We'll do whatever the fuck we want to. So guys, thanks for listening. We are officially on Spotify. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on a couple other services. Still waiting for the iTunes stuff to come through. But guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It'll be up on YouTube as well, obviously. So guys, this has been License to View. We'll see you later.
See you guys.
Peace. Yeah.